Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Trending European Destinations for Touring in 2022. This webinar will be presented by Carla Brake, Director of Business Development for the Globus family of brands. And of course, I'm Dan McDonald with Baxter Media, and I'll be moderating today. Please be sure to attend the full duration of this webinar for a chance to win a $250 gift card. Anyone that joins late or leaves early will not be eligible. So just before we get into things, I'd like to let all of our viewers know that at the end of this webinar, you will have a chance to ask questions to Carla. To do so, just type them into the Q&A section or the Q&A tab of the public chat box, which is towards the right-hand side of this page. And those questions will be answered in due time. And remember, this is a live session, so your patience is appreciated during any technical difficulties that might arise. I will now hand things over to Carla Brake, Director of Business Development for the Globus family of brands. Over to you, Carla.
Thank you so much, Dan. It's so wonderful to be here. I've seen so many names that I recognize in the chat box. So thank you so much for everyone for joining us today. As Dan mentioned, today we're just going to really highlight, some of the trending European destinations that we are seeing in 2022. We know that you're working very hard to build back your business, and we want to be a part of that. So I want to get started and share some of the trends that we're seeing with the business that is coming in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut off my video just so that you can see the full slide that I'm showing, and then I'll come back on at the end if you do have any questions, and Dan and I will take you through those. So let me just switch things here. Just give me 1 second.
Great.
Okay, all right, so let's get started. Now, first off, just want to share a little bit, about the Globus family of brands. Hopefully you are all aware that we've been creating memories for guests for over 90 years. And we have vacations to over 70 different countries on 6 continents. So our portfolio is quite vast. And we do have 4 brands, within the Globus family of brands. So just let me share those with you, just so you do have an overview of the product that we do have. First off, we have Globus, which is our first-class touring brand. Keep in mind, with our touring with Globus, we have more included experiences, including local favorites, and your clients are going to be staying in first-class accommodations. Then, of course, we have our Cosmos brand, which is our value touring brand. And these are excellent holidays that really bring value to the clients in the form of balance of included sightseeing and flexibility. So perfect itinerary for a client that are looking for a great balance that way. Then we have our monograms, which are our pre-packaged vacations designed for the more independent traveler. And then last but not least, we have Avalon Waterways, our intimate river cruise brand. So as you can see here on the screen, the depth and breadth of our portfolio is really, really vast. So we really feel that we have something for everyone when it comes to a vacation. And we hope we're able to work with you to provide that perfect vacation for your client. Now, first, let's start off and, I want to share a few trends that we're seeing with the new business that is coming in for 2022. Actually, sales for next year are looking really, really good right now. Clients, I think, have been patient. They haven't been traveling for a while, so they really want to have something to look forward to. So they're securing their preferred trip and date for next year by putting their deposits down. We're also seeing a little bit of interest in Q4. I mean, you probably have some clients that are okay and maybe comfortable with traveling in October, November, and December. Just want to remind you, we do have some tours and river cruise operating so that you are able to send your clients on those trips. Now, when it comes to destinations, Europe is definitely the top choice that we are seeing right now. There is a little bit with the exotic side of things, but we're seeing a lot more planning with that right now. But I know that will come very, very shortly. You all know river cruising is hot, so I just wanted to mention that because we do have Avalon Waterways available for you. But today we want to really focus a little bit more on touring, and touring has actually become quite popular also. It's that ease of travel that I think touring provides that is really attractive to clients right now. So I think there's going to be that demand for the touring business. And hopefully today, after today, with some of the things that I can share with you, you will be able to give some tips and selling points on why touring should be their choice of travel. And then last but not least, of course, bucket list trips. Your clients have been looking at their bucket lists, I'm sure, over the last 16 to 18 months, kind of maybe redoing them. Where do we want to go next? What do we want to do? Do we want to kind of enhance our next vacation? So there's so many different things when it comes to the bucket list that the clients do have. Now, to kick things off today, I just want to mention our new campaign. Hopefully you saw this as it was released earlier this week. It's called Now is Our Time. We know that your clients have been missing the world and the travels and the adventures, just like all of us are missing it too. But we feel really it's now the time to plan that next holiday and find that perfect vacation. So with this campaign, we're just really encouraging clients to talk to their favorite travel advisor and get that vacation booked for next year for when they are comfortable with traveling. We really feel now is our time as Canadians. The world misses us, so we want to make sure we're getting back there. And we hopefully, with the Globus family of brands, we're able to find that perfect trip to reunite your client with the places that they love and miss. So here I want to share our new video that our marketing team just designed, and hopefully this will get you and your clients inspired for their next holiday. Dan, please play the video.
We're coming back, it's time to put the past behind us. Explore the world and let it guide us. Satisfy us and remind us now's our time. Gonna run away, fly away, pack myself a holiday. There's no time to waste. Gonna find my happy place. Now's our time.
I definitely feel like now is my time. I'm sure you're all feeling the same way, but I do think that's how clients are feeling now too. They're ready, to book that holiday. And it's not saying, they have to travel tomorrow, but I think it's just having something in the calendar. So today I really want to focus on our land portfolio and really share the options that are available to you with the Globus family of brands. Now, when it comes to touring with Globus and Cosmos, there are so many benefits to a tour. And these are the things that I want you to share with your clients. They will have an expert tour director with many years of experience, and they're going to share their knowledge and personal insights of the destination. But also keep in mind, they've got a team behind them, and they're going to take care of all those logistical details. Your clients just have to sit back and really enjoy the destination while someone else does the check-in at the hotels, books all the excursions that are included as part of a tour, and ensures all the protocols are correct for the places that we're visiting, which I think is very, very important right now. I actually just heard feedback from a client that was on a tour recently, and he said it was freeing not to worry about the details. And instead, I got to focus on the experience. That's what it's all about. That's what we want our clients to experience, and that's how our trips are operating. Now, when it comes to designing our vacations, we definitely have your client in mind. Not all of our itineraries are created the same. So not every tour looks the same. We recognize that every traveler has their own style. So that's why we've carefully created travel styles that will fit their need. So once you have your conversation with your client and you kind of qualify them, you really understand what they're looking for, then you can direct them to the right style of tour that Globus and Cosmos offers. So if you look here on the screen, you can see that Globus has undiscovered tours that take your clients off the beaten path. We have our choice touring, which, as in the name, offers more choice, freedom, and flexibility. We have our Globus escapes, which are the off-season, and we have small group discoveries that are available for clients that if they don't want a full tour, they can have tours that have a maximum of 24. Then we also have our Cosmos, which is our value brand. And across both Globus and Cosmos, we have a private touring available. So I'll take a deeper look into each of these styles and explain them a little bit more in detail. But what I want to do now is kind of share some of our top selling destinations and some of the trending things that we're seeing and our top itineraries. Italy. I know I would love to be sitting right here, right now. And it's been a top destination for us for years, and it actually continues to be so. I'm pretty sure that we could all come up with 100 different reasons why someone should go to Italy. Spectacular cities, ancient ruins, wonderful museums, mountains in the north, beaches in the south. I mean, it definitely has it all. And when you think about it, Italy is such a large country and there's so many different regions to explore. And of course, you can't forget about the food because trust me, a lot of people do go for the food. Now, if you have a client that walks in your door, or should say really now calls you or does a Zoom call with you, if they express that they're interested in Italy, I want you to think of Globus and Cosmos. We have more than 40 options across all of our itineraries that you get to choose from for your client. So if you look on the screen now, you will see just a sample of some of the itineraries. But what I wanted to showcase here is that you have choice in Italy depending on the style of travel. We have Globus itineraries, we have choice touring, we have undiscovered, we have escapes, and we have Cosmos. So we really do have quite a variety depending how your client wants to travel. So first I want to share one of our Globus first class tours. This is a fan favorite. It's Italy's great cities. And you can see here by the map that to me, this is a great introduction to Italy. You get the 3 big cities, Rome, Florence, and Venice, but you also get some of the more popular tourist spots such as Pisa, Assisi, and Siena. So with this itinerary, of course, with Rome, they're going to get to see the beautiful modern city with the mix of historical ruins, the monuments, so much history in this city. Venice, another must-see, I think, for everyone. And keep in mind, with a tour, you get the best of both worlds. You get guided sightseeing, so you get a guided tour with a local expert. You get to explore the Basilica, you get Doge's Palace, you see the Bridge of Sighs, but then you also get built-in free time. And with this free time, especially in Venice, your clients will be able to get lost in the maze of the streets in Venice, one of my favorite things to do. And then the other thing to keep in mind with our overnight stays, you get to enjoy the destination at night. Think of St. Mark's Square in Venice, one of the most wonderful spots to sit in the evening in one of the cafes and really enjoy a beautiful latte, maybe an Aperol Spritz, and really enjoy the atmosphere there. And then, of course, Florence, such a beautiful walking city. And here our local expert and the tour director will take you around to see the wonderful art, the architecture, and of course, it does have some of the finest museums in the world. A must-see here is Michelangelo's masterpiece, David, at the Academia of Fine Arts. So these are the things that are included as a part of the itinerary. And this tour, to me, is the perfect introduction to Italy. Now, if you have a client that maybe are a little bit more interested in off the beaten path, then our Undiscovered journeys will be perfect for them. These itineraries are perfect for clients that are first-timers to a destination, or they're also great for people that want to go back and just discover an area just a little bit differently. They will take you outside the larger cities, but allow your clients to explore the smaller towns and villages. And what I love about these itineraries is that they'll introduce to your clients to places that maybe have not been on their radar, but all of a sudden they really become the most special part of that vacation because they're so fun to explore. Now, with our Undiscovered series, we have itineraries in Britain, the Mediterranean, and Italy. And kind of sticking with Italy, I wanted to share actually one of our top undiscovered itineraries, and that's the hidden treasures of southern Italy. Here, as you can see by the map that I'm sharing now, this great itinerary takes the clients to the ankle and the heel of the boot of Italy, as you guys are all familiar with. Here, the clients will enjoy the gorgeous Amalfi Coast. They get Naples and Sorrento. And then they head across to the Puglia region. And here they'll see the beautiful whitewashed towns, of course, that stunning coastline over here. And here, when you're going over to the smaller regions, of course, it's a slower pace of life. They'll still enjoy all the beautiful sightseeing. They got the castles, they have the conical houses, and of course, that delicious, fresh Italian cuisine of the South. Here's a snapshot of one of the cute little cities that they will visit here. It's Bari. And of course, this is a gorgeous old port city in the Puglia region. It's got a bustling harbor and some of the most stunning Italian beaches that are nearby. The food scene here is absolutely fantastic, and your clients will be able to enjoy the fresh cuisine of that region. One of the fun things that we actually do here is that we actually have a local favorite. And that's just a local surprise that our guests will be treated to in the destination. And here, talking about food, they will enjoy a focaccia tasting. So they will get to enjoy that delicious bread that the Italians are so good at making, and enjoy it while they are in this beautiful little town. Another spotlight on this itinerary is Alberobello. This is actually, I think, one of my favorites. It is so beautiful and so cute. It's known, of course, for its stone huts that were built in the 1500s, and they're called the Truly homes. And I always love to share, some of you may know this, but there's many theories behind the design. And it's actually because due to the high taxation on properties in this region, the people of Apulia actually built this design so that they could quickly dismantle these homes when the tax inspectors were in town. Brilliant, if you ask me. But look how beautiful they are. And your clients will enjoy a beautiful guided walking tour of this town. So Italy, of course, still remains popular. So there's no doubt that Italy, is on many guests' bucket lists, and they will be looking to travel there. Now, another great destination that we're seeing great demand for is Ireland. You all know this is a fan favorite for the Canadians. We've got an amazing connection with Ireland. There's always great lift from Canada. So there is always great demand for this destination. Now with Ireland, as you can see, we've got a snapshot of some of the itineraries that we do have here on the screen, but there are 17 different trips available to Ireland. With the travel styles that we have: Globus, Choice Touring, Undiscovered to get you off the beaten track, Escapes, and Cosmos are the listing of some of the ones that we do have. So here I want to feature in Ireland our Escapes portfolio. Now with Escapes, I want to remind you that this is our off-season travel. So these are our trips that operate from about mid-October till March. These are the same Globus itineraries that you would see throughout the high season. We are just traveling in the off-season, that period that I just mentioned. So what that creates is really bigger value for your client, but maybe it's people that just want, from a temperature perspective or smaller crowds, it is the perfect time to travel. Or maybe you have clients that are just not interested in going south. They still prefer Europe and they want to do something a little bit unique. Then our Escapes journeys would be perfect for that clientele. One of our top selling escape journeys is Irish Escape. This is a 7-day vacation that really kind of takes in quite a bit of Ireland. Now, what I want to share here when it comes to value, traveling in the off season is actually perfect. This 7-day holiday starts at $13.19 in the off season, but if you're traveling in the high season, a very similar itinerary is Intro to Ireland, and that one is about $2,800. So that is perfect value for a client. Maybe just they want to travel in that time of year, or it could be for you that perfect introduction to touring, someone that wants to try it, and the price point is very, very attractive. And from a temperature perspective, it's going to vary by destination, but if you look at Ireland in November, the average daytime temperature is around 9 degrees. So that is actually perfect, for sightseeing and touring and guiding around, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, as I mentioned, with Escapes, you still get all the same great inclusions that are part of a regular Globus tour. So that's another important thing to share with your client. Trinity College, it's a must-see when you are in Dublin, the most prestigious university. Clients get to explore it and really, have the chance to go see the most photographed room in the university, which is home to the Book of Kells, the 9th century gospel manuscript. And of course, we can't forget, it's always about food when we are traveling. And we want to introduce your clients to one of the specialties there, of course, which is Irish coffee. So there is an Irish coffee demonstration. Your clients will learn how to make this favorite drink that the Irish enjoy, and they will have the opportunity to taste it and have a beautiful Irish scone with it. Now, jumping over to another destination that we're really seeing quite popular in 2022, it's Portugal. Now, to me, Portugal is a little gem, and I think it should be on everyone's bucket list. It's one of the oldest cities in Europe, and it really has it all. It's got historic cities, delicious cuisine, beautiful landscapes, and of course, some spectacular beaches. And this is actually another great destination that offers, perfect year-round climate, so you can take any of our itineraries on a year-round basis. With Portugal, we have 13 different trips across our portfolio. And again, you can choose from Globus, Choice Touring, Escapes, or Cosmos. So let's take a look at Choice Touring. You've heard me say that name a little bit since we started here, and this is probably the newest thing to our portfolio. This is perfect for clients if they're looking for a little more choice. They love touring, but they still want a little bit more choice. Our new created touring style, which is Choice Touring. This is something that we started working on a couple of years ago and actually just launched in the last year. This would be the perfect style of tour to offer your client. These vacations offer freedom, flexibility, and choice. And that's the key here. Throughout these itineraries, your clients will actually have what we call your choice excursion days, and your clients will be able to select the activity that they want to do that day. This really allows them to kind of really tailor their trip to their personal interests. All of the excursions that we offer with the choices are all included in the price. So there's no additional money required on this. And we have choice touring in Europe and North America. So let's look at our choice touring itinerary that we have in Portugal. It's called Portugal by Design. It's a great little 8-day itinerary that discovers Lisbon and then takes your clients inland. And they'll see Tomar and Coimbra. Now, to me, Lisbon is an amazing old city. I love the traditional food market, the historic city center. Your clients will get to enjoy the traditional fado music and the opportunity, of course, to jump on the famous yellow tram. And then they'll head inland and see things a little bit differently from Portugal's perspective. You've got Tomar, which is a 12th century town. It's got a beautiful castle, a medieval church, and some stunning Portuguese architecture. And then they make their way north into Coimbra, which is a beautiful preserved medieval city. And it actually sits on the riverfront, This actually used to be the capital of Portugal. And it's a fairly large city. And there's really 3 distinct areas here that you really want to get out and explore. It's got a modern city, it's got an ancient past, and then, of course, the university. Now, if you look at the map here, you'll see 3 C's. And those are the days that your clients will have your choice excursion days. And they will be able to select from a collection of carefully curated experiences that we've put together. So let's take a look at one of the Your Choice excursion days in Coimbra. So here you can see on the screen, your clients will have a choice of 3 activities that they could partake in. So they would be able to choose one of them. If they want to indulge in their sweet tooth, they get to try the famous Portuguese tart with its flaky pastry and its rich egg custard. They'll join a local expert and they'll hear all about the secret recipe that was created by the Carmelite nuns of that region, but they're not going to share the full recipe. They want to keep that a secret. Your clients can choose a canal cruise, actually, and they'll get to explore the 4 waterways of this city, which is known actually as the Portuguese Venice. And then they get to enjoy a wonderful lunch in the city center. Or maybe you have clients that are a little bit more active and they'll be able to explore the city on a leisurely bike ride with an expert. It'll take them along the main area, across the 2 iconic bridges that cross over the Mondego River. So as you can see here, there's a lot of great activities to choose from. Personally, I think the toughest part is deciding which one to do, because I know all 3 are definitely appealing to me. You can book your client's activity right away when you make your booking, or they can wait until they're in Portugal, but there just may be limitations to each activity because some may have a maximum number. So now let's move a little further east. And this is another area that we are seeing great demand for, Eastern Europe. And we've noticed that this is a little bit more popular for the well-traveled. You know, we've got some people that have done all the hot spots of Europe, and they want some of the smaller countries. And these are an opportunity to explore these areas, which we are saying new and upcoming. Again, we have multiple vacations to the kind of the Central and Eastern Europe area. And as you know, some of this area here in particular, the countries are quite a bit smaller. So the itineraries allow you to kind of see multiple countries at one time. So here you can see a mix that we have vacations with Globus, we have Escapes by Globus, and then of course we have Cosmos. And speaking of Cosmos, Cosmos is the brand I want to feature here. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the Cosmos itineraries really offer great value. These trips make it easy for travelers by handling all the logistics. You're still going to get innovative itineraries. Your clients are going to have smart hotels. We like to say it's the 3 C's: clean, comfortable, and convenient, but also with just the right amount of sightseeing. We include a little bit of sightseeing on this, not as extensive as on our Globus tour, but the idea here with the Cosmos brand is to give your client a little bit more freedom and flexibility to do things on their own. They'll still have an experienced tour director with them who will take them through the whole itinerary and therefore, of course, to share their knowledge. But ideally, it's the perfect balance of sights and leisure. So I'm sure you have some clients out there that want that combination and be able to kind of have some inclusions, but the opportunity to explore on their own. So it really is the opportunity for personalized touring. One of my favorite itineraries in this area, and it is a Cosmo tour, which I think it's absolutely fantastic, is called Central Europe. This is a 15-day itinerary. It starts and ends in Frankfurt, but you get the major cities here. You get Vienna, you get Budapest, you get Krakow and Warsaw in Poland, and you get Berlin. And they're all 2-night stays in each of these cities. Now this itinerary, as I mentioned, it's 15 days, and it actually starts at $184 a day. That is, such a great value and a great opportunity to see this beautiful area. On the screen right now, you see a great snapshot of Warsaw, one of my favorite cities to visit, actually, and it was pretty incredible. When you go on the sightseeing tour here, you'll hear, of course, all about the war and everything that happened there and how they reconstructed this city to look exactly as it did prior to the war. Absolutely stunning, and how loyal people are that they stayed there and rebuilt their city. Berlin is another amazing stop on this itinerary. And again, another amazing city with great museums, cultural landmarks, a great actually street art scene, and of course, some tasty beer. Here you see Brandenburg Gate, which is Berlin's most famous landmark, and an opportunity to see this symbol, which really talks about the division between Berlin and Germany during the Cold War. But now, as you can see, it's a beautiful national symbol of peace and unity. Krakow, as I said earlier, there are actually 2 cities in Poland that you do get to see on this itinerary. And Krakow is another one that's so rich in history. And the old town here is actually beautiful. So cute. And it's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And Poland actually was the destination that really surprised me, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I encourage people to definitely go visit there. So what a great way on this stunning Cosmos itinerary. And just to finish in Eastern Europe, I want to mention Croatia. Croatia is that hot destination. It was gaining popularity a couple of years ago, and it still continues to do so. And this was actually the last vacation that I took. Croatia was the last trip that I had, and it was absolutely stunning, and I really, really did enjoy it. We, again, have quite a large number of vacations available to Croatia. With our Globus First Class, we have 2 itineraries. We have an undiscovered itinerary called the Croatian that visits Croatia and Slovenia, and you can also do that as a Cosmos itinerary. But what I want to talk about here is a tour and cruise combo. Being the Globus family of brands, we have touring and cruising that complement each other. So this is the perfect opportunity, to really mention to your client, we know they're upgrading. Maybe they're looking at longer vacations. Here is the perfect opportunity to combine a tour with a river cruise. What a fabulous vacation. And the one that I wanted to highlight here is the highlights of Croatia with the Danube to the Black Sea. What a perfect holiday. This combines a 6-night Globus trip on land in Croatia. So you get Dubrovnik, Split, and Zagreb. And then you have a 6-night Danube river cruise on the Danube to the Black Sea. With this itinerary, it is offered in both directions. So you can choose to do the tour or the river cruise first, totally up to your clients, depending on how they feel. And it's such a stunning itinerary. Dubrovnik, we hopefully some of you have been there. It was absolutely stunning to see. Your clients will enjoy a great walking tour of Dubrovnik. They go through the old town and, of course, to walk the famous wall. Then, when they do the cruise, they'll get on board their beautiful Avalon River cruise. Here's a great shot of one of the unique things about Avalon, our panorama suites. These are our 200 square foot staterooms with the stunning floor to ceiling windows. And they open up into that beautiful open air balcony where your client can really, really enjoy the views there. Some of the amazing stops that they will have on this itinerary is a visit to Belgrade, which is the capital city of Serbia. Not known for big iconic landmarks, but what your clients will love here is the beautiful Art Deco. It's got Baroque and Art Nouveau architecture. It's got a stunning historic fortress, but a real laid back, casual atmosphere and a great city to explore. And then another highlight, of course, is on the cruise is that your clients will cruise through the Iron Gates Gorge on the River Danube. And this is actually the boundary between Serbia and Romania. This beautiful shot here is what you're seeing is the monastery that was actually built, they say in the 14th or 15th century. They don't know exactly when. It was destroyed in battles in the 17th century. And they actually built this new stone replica that actually sits right on top of the ruins. So that's just one of the spectacular things that they will see. But this whole region here is absolutely beautiful. So definitely, a must-see and a great suggestion for your clients. And last but not least, I just want to briefly touch on our Monograms brand. Now, these are perfectly planned holidays for the independent traveler. In Europe, we offer 5 cities. We have London, Paris, Rome, Florence, and Venice. Now, with Monograms, just want to explain, when you're booking your clients with Monograms, they are a little bit different. Your clients here will get a choice of hand-selected hotels, but they're all centrally located. They'll get transportation between cities and countries if they decide to do a multi-city or a multi-country trip. We always include a half-day guided sightseeing of each of the cities that they are visiting. But the key here is the countless choices that your client will have in regards to excursions, accommodation upgrades. So they're able to build their holiday as they want. They can add in excursions or they can just keep it all as free time. We take care of the logistics. You've got your hotel and your transportation. And then the biggest bonus, of course, is that you get the services of a local expert. Your clients will have a Monograms local host. So really, they've got that friendly face, that knowledgeable insider that's there to help them to really kind of guide and build the trip exactly how they want it. So really a perfect opportunity. So don't forget to, ask more about Monograms if you feel it's going to really be fitting for your client. So those are really the destinations that we're really seeing key, the trending things that are happening, where the business is coming in, and where we're seeing clients really take a look at bookings for 2022. Now, I just want to mention groups, because groups is another fantastic way to build your business, and we are seeing great demand for it in 22 and 2023. In fact, we're actually seeing a lot of advisors put together groups that they are actually hosting. So they're inviting their clients to come along and join them. We have a lot of great incentives when it comes to booking groups. You have your wonderful BDM available to help you, and then we'll also connect you with one of our knowledgeable group coordinators, and they'll guide you through the whole process. So we try to keep it as simple for you. We can also offer some marketing tools to help you, kind of get some business in the door. So, have the conversation with your BDM if you're interested in doing some groups. And then we also have private touring. So with private touring, they're available on many of our Europe itineraries with Globus and Cosmos. So maybe you have clients that have been, are thinking about a vacation with family members or a group of friends, then they can take some of our Europe tours as a private tour. There is a supplement depending on the number of guests that you will have, but just think about it. They will have their own traveling party. That would be a really fun trip. And then, of course, we want to give you some great promotions to help you close that sale. So we do have some great promotions available on all of our brands. I encourage you to go to Agent Lingo and, check out the current promotions that we have. And then, of course, we've just introduced our guaranteed departures again. So on our website and on Agent Lingo, you can see the guaranteed departures for Globus and Cosmos. We continue to add more as we see the demand for sales in 2022. And then keep in mind, with monograms, every trip is guaranteed because they can operate with smaller numbers. Now, I'm happy to share, and I think I mentioned this earlier, that we have started operating trips. So if you have any clients that are looking to travel, we have tours and river cruises out there available for you. But I just want to share now a little video from one of our great tour directors who was just on a trip. So he's able to show you just, the fun that your clients will still have, while there are maybe a few changes. So let's take a look so I can give you a snapshot of what a tour looks like right now. Dan, can you please play the video?
Globus is back on the road, all things running smoothly, from coaches full of people to bellmen delivering luggage and all other things. We have wonderful group meals for everybody. Hi there. This is Globus live on site. There's our coach. There's my group of 39 people. They're with my local guide. She's explaining all about lobsters, teaching them about how to trap lobsters, all to do with lobsters in the local cuisine, all to do with lobster fishermen and the importance of it in the island. We had lobster for dinner last night. Everybody did well on the lobster. Anyway, hey. People really enjoy the sightseeing, and this year it's been very enhanced by every single tour has a whisper device. People are very impressed by how smoothly this runs. Everybody seems happy enough to wear a mask on the coach, and most of them keep them on when they're off the coach. Our local guides and interpreters, when we get to sites, really enjoy using the whisper devices. It makes their life easier, and everyone can be kept distanced. I'd like to introduce you to Randy. He's been driving our tours for about the last 10 years or so. Very experienced driver. How does it feel to be driving again, Randy?
It's been fantastic. I mean, it's been over almost 2 years now, and it's good to get back into the seat.
The inside visits are all up and running. They have all got their safety protocols. Things are running very nicely there. Even Alexander Graham Bell is forced to wear a mask in 2021. Here we are. We're enjoying a wonderful local favorite style lunch, and fish and chips is the name of the game. And then once we finish this nice lunch, we are going to get back on the coach, and we've got a lot more things to show people, a lot more places to visit, things to do. And a tour wouldn't be a tour if we didn't finish with a group photo. Everybody being distanced, everybody wearing a mask.
So as you can see, our guests are still going to have a wonderful time when they are traveling on tour with us. The health and safety of our guests still remains our #1 priority, but we still want them, of course, to have fun and really enjoy the trip. You can see there, masks are worn when social distancing is not possible, and some guests do choose to wear it during different times and keep it on when they have to. Now, with our trips for 21 and 22, we are requiring all guests to be fully vaccinated. And then also to help you out with your bookings, if, we do have, with all new bookings, we have our peace of mind travel plan. So if something comes up and your client changes their mind and they want to change their date of travel or even their brand of travel, they can do that as long as it's done before final payment. And of course, we have enhanced all of our safety measures on both Avalon and Globus and Cosmos. Currently, of course, there is a PCR test required to come home to Canada, and we will arrange that in the destination, and we are covering the cost of that PCR test. So that's just an extra added measure that the Globus family of brands is providing to your clients. So just to finish off here, the new campaign that I mentioned earlier, we're here to support and work with you together. We can supply you with marketing assets that you need to really grow your business. We've created these current ones for the new campaign, and they are available for your use, and they can be found on agentlingo.ca. So please reach out to your local BDM. They're ready to work with you to help you build back your business. You've been such valuable partners throughout this whole last couple of years, always been a great partner. We want to work together. We want to build back their business. We want to get our clients traveling again. And we really hope that you'll be able to plan your clients come back to travel with the Globus family of brands. I want to again thank you so much for joining us today. I hope I shared some new things with you, but if you do have any questions, we'll take some of those now. And if not, we're always available. Please reach out to me via email. You see my email here on the screen, or anybody on the team. We're here to work with you and build that business back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carla. That was excellent. So a couple of questions were submitted. Let's see. So we had a couple of different people, Tara and Jody, ask about whether the video that you showed at the start is available for us to share on social media. And then Jody asked, is that video available on YouTube or Agent Lingo? And that was the Now Is Our Time video.
Yes, we do have that. Yes, the Now Is Our Time video is available for you to share with your clientele. It is on Agent Lingo. If you go to Agent Lingo, it's Now Is Our Time. We have a page with all of the assets available for you.
That's perfect. Thanks so much. And then this is a question I can answer. Parasto asked, can we have this webinar as a video? Yes, absolutely. So we, of course, need to process the recording and get this up on our YouTube channel. But by tomorrow afternoon, the recording of this webinar will be available on the Baxter Media YouTube channel. So, and even feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube. If you search for Baxter Media and look for our blue and white logo with a white background, that's where we upload all of our webinar recordings. So if you happen to sign in late or miss part of this webinar for whatever reason, you can definitely access the recording later on. So that'll be up and online probably by tomorrow at around lunchtime. And Linda asks, is the PCR test taken care of on the Avalon River Cruise as well, free of charge?
Yes, it is. So any of the Globus family of brands, for the PCR test is done for all of our guests.
Amazing. Thank you. And let's see. And again, you guys can feel free to submit questions to either the chat or the Q&A. Either place is fine. Now this question, I'm not sure if this is one we can answer. Margaret asks, what problems will people with mixed vaccines have?
So with mixed vaccines, the Globus family of brands, we do accept clients that have mixed vaccines. We would then, of course, have to look at, you would have to look at the destination that they are traveling to ensure that mixed vaccines are accepted. So we would just have to look at the destination that the client is traveling to.
That's perfect. Great. And I think that's fair too. Selena asks, are you accepting twin shares?
Twin share in touring, yes. Oh, actually, no. Actually, let me pause on that. That could have changed. So let me go and double check on that. If she would like to email me, or maybe Dan, you can share that question with me, and I'll follow up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, perfect. That sounds great. So that's Celine. I can send you her contact info so you can reach out to her. Yep. And if you like, do you mind bringing up your final thank you slide as well?
I don't know why it's disappeared. Let me just see here. Hold on. How did it just, I don't know why it disappeared.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either, because it was definitely up before.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, great. Perfect. Thanks. And then Celine also asks, do you think you will have more solo travelers due to the COVID situation? And if yes, will rates be reasonable? Will rates still be reasonable?
I mean, I think we've always had a large number of solo travelers across our touring brand, just because, touring is, the perfect way to travel as a solo traveler. They're never really alone, and they're just able to kind of interact and really socialize. So we're still seeing the same, I think, demand for the social travelers, and readily accept. And I think our rates are fairly reasonable when it does come to what the supplement is, but it does vary depending on the tour that they're taking, and of course the length that it is.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And one thing to mention just on that, with our escapes program, we've actually added more itineraries and more single supplement waves. So those would be some perfect itineraries to take a look at.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, she clarified just now and said I was referring to single supplements for solos.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, thank you. And then what is the coach rotation system for passengers?
So the coach rotation, they do every day, they do seat rotation on board the coach. So they move around to the different seats.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then one final question from Celine was, will coaches still be the big coaches?
Yes, absolutely. They will.
Perfect. Thanks, Carla. And Bonnie asks, what was the name of the tour that was $184 a day in Europe?
Central Europe. It was with Cosmos.
Central Europe with Cosmos. Amazing. Thanks. Let's see. I think there's only one more here to cover. Let's see. Jocelyn asks, does the GFOB insurance include medical, repatriation, or quarantine coverage?
Oh, Jocelyn, that's a good question. I think maybe better if I take that one offline, just to make sure I have the correct information on the insurance. So I'll follow up with that one, just to make sure that I do have the correct information, and we can actually follow up with everyone on that.
And then, yeah, thanks so much. And so I'll send you Jocelyn's info just in case, and Celine's as well. And Celine followed up with, sorry, I may have missed this, but will you be publishing brochures?
We've made the decision not to publish any brochures. So everything is online for us. You can go online to Agent Lingo, and we do have e-brochures for touring. And we also have one for Avalon Waterways. And then we also have a new system on Agent Lingo where you can quickly email the itineraries to your clients.
That's perfect. Thanks, Carla. And then we should probably wrap things up quickly, but let's see. One more question from Margaret here. How do the Cosmos and Escapes compare in price?
Cosmos and Escapes. So Cosmos is, the value brand when it comes to touring. I don't know if I could say exactly. I would think Escapes, because they're the off season, would be a little bit more or less expensive than a Cosmos, but probably fairly similar on a per day basis.
Okay, great. And since we have time, let's do one more, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Celine asks, if someone is allergic to fish or something else, can we require for them in advance?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's, again, the advantage of having a tour director with you. If anyone has any food allergies, please let us know at the beginning, and we will work to kind of make sure that we have a proper meal for that guest. So, some fantastic questions. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, those are great questions. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. And thank you, Carla, for being here with us today. So that pretty much wraps things up. But from us here at Baxter Media, and on behalf of Globus family of brands, I would like to thank everyone for attending this webinar today. If you happen to miss part of the webinar today, the recording will be made available tomorrow on the Baxter Media YouTube channel, as I mentioned before. And that'll be available tomorrow afternoon at the latest. And in terms of the prize draw, the winner will be contacted in the next few days after the name is drawn from the list of people who were signed in the entire time. So I'd like to give a huge thank you to Carla Brake for presenting for us today. That was fantastic, and it was really great having you here virtually today.
Wonderful. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was so great to see all of you.
Thanks so much, everyone. Take care.